All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. It is Friday, and we are ready to continue with the J Marqeting Show, presented by yours truly, Jeremy Marquez of J Marqeting. We call you close more real estate listings. So I am live on Facebook as well as YouTube. Let me go ahead and cross post the YouTube stream and the Facebook stream. And then we'll get into the calls and have some fun here. Right. Give me one moment while I get everything set up. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. And as we roll into the end of September here, hope everybody's having a good September and a good 2020. Yes, we've had some bumps in the road. However, that never stops us. Between COVID and all the wildfires out here, that's one of the awesome things about doing this virtually, as stuff like that does not stop us. So if you're not familiar with J Marqeting, it's J Marqeting with a Q, Marqueting. And I am a virtual real estate assistant, inside sales assistant, or like I like to say, inside sales assassin. And I work with real estate agents and brokers nationwide. They hire me, contract me out to work virtually as their appointment setting team. So basically, I cold call for them and set appointments for them to meet with homeowners face to face and discuss listing their property. Just give me a few moments here while I finish getting everything set up. I'm already all logged into the dialer, so that is good to go. I'm going to start a watch party on Facebook as well. So I posted a link to the YouTube on Facebook, and I'm going to post the Facebook link on YouTube. Now, as far as streaming and making these videos, guys, I'm not the best at it. I am very good at cold calling and lead generation and appointment setting. That's my forte. So bear with me when it comes to the video and the streaming. That's something that I do to share with you guys so you can learn as well as get an idea of how I work with realtors and brokers if you're interested in hiring me and my service for your team. Okay, it looks like the speed stream is healthy enough to be able to continue on. So we're going to be using the Vulcan 7 prospecting platform. Vulcan 7 is a platform that real estate agents subscribe to, and it provides leads, a dialer system, and a contact management system so you could set appointments and keep notes and get reminders of your appointments for follow-up. Because when it comes to cold calling, expired, canceled, for sale by owner, pretty much any type of real estate cold calling, the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, a lot of times I will set appointments on that very first call. However, a lot of times it takes nurturing, follow-up calls, emails, texting in order to be able to get that appointment on calendar. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense to set the appointment right away. It makes more sense to sometimes create a relationship and be able to earn their business over time. Now, I'm not a real estate agent or broker. I'm not licensed. For what I do, I don't need to be. Maybe at some point in the next few months, I may decide to get a license. However, that's not something that's in my plans. So for now, I do this, and I truly enjoy what I get to do on a daily basis. You know, waking up every day is not a daunting task because I think I have to go to work, or, you know, I don't have to do anything. I get to do this. I really actually enjoy what I do. I get to help realtors and brokers help their clients. So I'm helping people help people. And if I do that enough, of course, as a default, I earn, good money doing it. But that's not my main mindset. I know if I help enough people that the finance side of things will not be a problem. Okay. If you guys are just joining and you're in the chat watching the live stream, or if you're watching a replay, please in the comments let me know where you're watching from. Over the last few days on Facebook, we've been getting a lot of viewers. One video, we had over 55,000 viewers in one stream, which is awesome. And that just means that I'm getting it out there to where lots of people are able to see how I do and what I do. Okay. Make sure everything's set up with the dialer. So it's a browser-based dialer, but I call in over my mobile phone. That way I don't have to worry about the strength of the connection in order to make these calls. All right. And if you are watching, looks like we have a few viewers on YouTube and on Facebook. Please, in the comments, tell me where you're watching from and what you do in the sales and marketing industry. Real estate, mortgage, solar, anything at all, guys. I'm curious to get to know you guys better and understand how I can actually help. Because not only do I do the prospecting and cold calling for realtors and brokers, but I'm also rolling out coaching, consulting, and training for you and your team or your assistants as well, virtually, or you can bring me out to your office and we can do it that way as well. Anywhere in the United States, Canada, pretty much any English speaking country, I'm available to do that in. And I'll feature a link to my calendar on both YouTube and on Facebook, so that way you can contact me as needed. Or you can always send me a DM or other ways to be able to connect with me, of course, as well. I'm going to put a link to them as well so you guys can follow me and I'll follow you back on Instagram. It's one of my favorite social platforms, then Facebook, of course. My handle is We Cold Call You Close on Instagram. And if you're watching this, please share this stream publicly. Please give it an emotion. The more that you comment in the live stream, the more that it is syndicated throughout different platforms on Facebook. And that would mean the world to me. May not mean much to you, but it means a lot to me if you guys are able to do that. Got my window open to let some fresh air in, so a big truck was going by. Just going to make a post on Instagram to get some viewers from there. And at any time at all, guys, if you have questions about my service, anything about prospecting and cold calling, please use the comments box to ask questions. And let's get right into the cold calls. So we're going to start off by calling expired, canceled listings, as well as for sale by owners. These are leads from the last couple of days. Basically, this is the first time calling these guys, so first pass. Let's get right to it. Got 66 leads loaded up. It's going to be a for sale by owner.
You have reached the voicemail box of 72741040772. Sorry, that mailbox is full.
We are live on Facebook and YouTube making calls. Come hang out.
Hello?
Hi, calling for William or Tina.
This is Bill. How can I help you?
Hey, Bill. This is Jeremy with Frank Albert's Realty calling about your property on Via de Este.
Yes.
I was calling to see if that's still available or if you guys already accepted an offer.
Well, we haven't accepted an offer. We're looking at a couple of them, but we got to wait for them to come in first.
Gotcha. Is there any?
We got a showing going on this week. We had 2 showings last weekend, or this past week, Tuesday, and then we have a showing going on either Saturday or either tomorrow or Sunday.
That's awesome. You probably won't have any issues selling it on your own. If you aren't able to get the price that you want, are you considering working with a realtor?
If I assign to the list realtor, I've got a friend of mine that
Gotcha. So if it comes to that, you have somebody in place.
Realtors that get buyers. I need realtors that bring buyers.
Okay. Well, if we have a buyer, we will let you know. Is there a set commission on that?
I'll tell you what, if you got a buyer and the buyer's interested and they do utilize you to buy the place, I am willing to do this. I am willing to pay 1.5% from my side, but we'll have to jack the price up another 1.5% from their side in order to cover 3%.
Fair enough. I'm an assistant here, and I'm gathering info for the team, so that's why I'm asking these questions.
I understand. But yeah, check into it. I mean, if somebody comes up with something, I'm happy to set things up, and we'll talk before you head out. But nonetheless, I'm not in that area. I actually live over in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and so over in North Carolina. So my son and one of my 2 boys is keeping an eye on things. So they'll end up being the ones that will contact in the end.
How much time do you need in advance to set up a showing?
I would say at least 24 hours.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, everything looks great as far as what you put online. You probably won't have any issues getting that closed on your own. If you guys need any help, feel free to reach out. If we have a buyer, we'll reach out to you.
Sounds like a winner. Thank you.
All right, Bill. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So you heard Bill, buyer side only. We will follow up in a couple of weeks, though. Now, if we have a buyer, the team obviously will reach out. That's not what I'm hired. Job is to be able to create listing opportunities. And so I'm trying to gather information, see if there's an opening for us. Now, my style, I do not try to get somebody to do something they don't want to do. No hard closing type stuff. Now, if they're open to working with a realtor and if they're open to meeting with us, then we set that appointment up. There really isn't a hard sell when it comes to for sale by owners. It's more of a nurture and a relationship building type thing. Otherwise, they're just not going to talk to you, right? And I don't blame them. So let's give them a call back in a couple of weeks, see how things are going, and then see if we can do anything to help them at that time. Okay, so I'm going to put them in there as a nurture, put them in there as buyer side only for now, send the notes over to the team, and then just move on to the next call. Let's go. It's another for sale by owner, 525.
Dana?
Hey, Dana, this is Jeremy with Frank Albert Realty.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Calling about the property on North River. Is that still available, or have you already accepted an offer?
We did accept an offer last night, so contract is pending, but we will definitely accept backup offers.
Excellent. Congrats on getting that offer.
Thank you.
Do you have a time frame as when that will close?
We're set to close towards the end of October.
Okay. However, if we have a buyer who's interested, you'd accept backup offers?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still a ton of interest flowing in, and as you know, it's never done till it's done. Not that we by any means have any concerns over the deal closing. That's not the case, but to the extent anything were to change, we are accepting backup offers.
I mean, of course, that makes perfect sense. So I will talk to the team. I'm an assistant here, and I just wanted to gather some info before we just want to see how we can help. And if we have a buyer, we'll let you know. Other than that, like I said, congrats on getting that offer and accepting that so far.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. So she accepted an offer. They're set to close at the end of October. So we're going to follow up at the end of October and see if it closed and see if there's anything that we can do to help at that time. So when you're calling for sale by owners, it's usually one of three things. They've accepted an offer. Then when you want to find out when it's set to close, and you follow up then. And then either that or they're doing a for sale by owner still, and there's an opportunity to set up a time to meet with them, or they already have a realtor, right? And so in those cases, you just move forward onto the next. Pretty simple. On to the next. That should be my tagline. On to the next. On to the next. Because there's no reason to waste too much time on something that there's no opportunity for. If they don't fit in our box of certain things that we need, on to the next. And if you have a bad call with somebody and they give you crap, does happen, don't worry. Shake it off. On to the next. Real simple. It's all about lots of dials. More dials you have, the more conversations you're going to have. The more conversations you have, the more leads you'll create to nurture. The more leads, the more appointments, the more opportunities to close more deals. It all starts with dials, though, guys.
Has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 81395638896 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I typically don't leave too many voicemails. It's better to have them call back and then go from there. If you guys are just joining the stream, welcome. Looks like we have 139 viewers currently on Facebook, and I'm not sure how many on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments about what we're doing here, please ask me in the chat. If you're on Facebook, you're not able to make a comment unless you're following J Marqeting. So make sure that you go to that page first and give it a follow. I'll put a link there. You should be able to have a clickable link there. And you'll notice that I have a link to my group as well. Cold Calling Isn't Dead. Please join the group, and where we share best practices and things like that. And if you guys could like and follow J Marqeting, that would mean the world to me. There's a link to it there. And then also you'll notice some links to some of my services. If you wanted to get more information about that, go ahead and contact me there. Let's just continue on with the calls here, guys. Another for sale by owner. Hi, this is Jeremy with Frank Albert. Hi, can you hear me?
I'm good. Yes, I can.
I was calling for Arlene or Jose.
This is Arlene.
Arlene, my name is Jeremy. I'm with Frank Albert's Realty. I was calling about your property on Hearth.
Hi, Jeremy. Yes, it's under contract.
Oh, congratulations. That's all I was calling for.
Thank you.
So they got it sold, under contract. Sound like she was going to be really short, so let's just move on to the next. Hi, this is you. Sorry about the double feedback there. Okay, here we go. So we have about 59 more leads loaded up into the dialer right now. We're going to dial for about an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes. Let's get somebody on the phone. Let's convert an appointment and talk about that step by step.
Hi, this is Kim. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hi, this is Jeremy with Frank Albert's Realty, calling you about the property that you're selling.
Yeah.
Is that still available, or have you got it closed already?
Tell me again?
Is that still available, or have you got it closed already?
Yeah. Well, it's still, I just had it on the market, not just for the week.
Well, properties are selling really quick in the market right now, so that's why I asked, so I don't waste your time.
Yeah. I got you.
Are you working with realtors if they bring you a buyer?
Number. Yes. Because you're about realtor number 37.
That's it?
You guys are on the ball. Yeah.
Only 37?
But yes, so far.
Okay.
And yes, I'm doing 2% if you bring a buyer.
2%. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And you're asking $699? 99? 9?
Correct.
Okay. A lot of nines there. Now it looks like, well, these pictures look great. Did you guys do that yourself, or did you get a photographer to do it?
Yeah, a photographer, a friend of mine, the realtor that's a friend of mine, she sent somebody that works for her doing pictures, so that's who took the pictures.
Yeah, they look great.
So, well, thank you.
Now, I'm not a realtor or broker. I'm an assistant on the team, and I'm gathering info for the team. As you said, 2%, $699. Is there anything else that we need to know about the property for our potential buyers?
Not other than what I put in there. There's a new roof as of last month. So that's kind of important. But I put pretty much all the details in there. But the whole house has been redone basically 6 years ago. So, we gutted it and started again.
With the property being so nice, I'm curious, why on earth are you guys selling it?
We actually have another house, and we've been kind of going back and forth between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like an ideal time right now with the market being as good as it is to go ahead and sell, and we don't have to worry about having to reinvest the money because we already have a place.
Right.
Because otherwise you'd be paying high dollar, to go and find a new place. So we're just going to keep our second house and go with that. So, but because of that, I'm not in any hurry. I'm just
kind of along for the ride and see how it goes. There's no pressure. In other words, I don't have anywhere to be.
Right. You don't have to sell at any certain time.
Right. Exactly.
I totally get it. Now, did you get an appraisal done, or how did you come up with the price point?
Well, I actually interviewed 3 different realtors, and basically that's how I came up with the price.
That's very smart. Did you, were you considering listing at some point? Is that why you interviewed the agents?
Well, I have a realtor that I actually pretty much promised. She was one of them, but I promised the listing if I decided to bail on doing it myself. So,
okay.
So yeah, she was one of them, but I did promise the listing to her if I decided to give up selling it myself. But I sold my last 2 houses, and those went off without a hitch, so I'm not anticipating any big problems.
Well, based off everything you've told me and the way the property looks, you probably will not have any issues at all selling it on your own. So I'm not going to even ask you that question. If we have a buyer, we'll reach out to you. How much time do you need in advance for a showing?
Not much.
Okay.
So I'm really flexible as far as I can go open it. You can, whoever can walk them through, or I'll walk them through, whatever. It's funny, the realtors that I have shown it to, with the boss people, it's like some of them wanted to, do it themselves, and some of them wanted me to do it. So whatever works.
Wow, that yard is huge in the back.
Yeah, it is really big.
It's awesome. Okay. Well, I'm not going to waste too much more of your time, Esther. I'm going to talk to the team. If we have a buyer, we'll reach out to you. If one of our buyer specialists wanted to see the property before showing their client, is that something you'd be open to doing?
I do believe.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your time. I will, again, I'm Jeremy. I'm with Frank Alberts Realty, and we'll be in contact.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for your call. Have a great day.
Have a good weekend. Bye. Okay, so that's going to be a nurture. We may set up an appointment to go meet with her just to be able to build that relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out that contact or save all the PDF information. I'm going to talk to one of our specialists, and if they want to go and meet with her, then I'll go ahead and set that up as well. So that's a warm nurture. Now, because of the price point, because it's almost $700,000, we'll pay a little extra care to that one because we want to have as much opportunity as possible to see if we can get the buyer or the seller side. So I'm going to put her in for a follow-up call once a week. Just touch bases. Yeah, she said that she had somebody that she would most likely list with, but I've heard that thousands of times, and then they end up listing with us. So let's go ahead and just go through the motions. I'm going to set her up for a follow-up call starting next week, and then we'll call once a week. Now, after I talk to the team, they may decide that they want to go in and meet with her to be able to build that relationship. And then at that point, then I'll just get back a hold of her and set that up. But that's a great call when it comes to a for sale by owner, being able to gather information, letting them talk, and getting as much information as possible. And, I have probing questions that I ask, and the whole idea is to be able to open up the seller and get them to be talking about their property because they love doing that. So we just let them talk, and they usually tell us everything that we need to know. If you're listening, right? 2 ears, 1 mouth. Okay. So I'm going to put her in for a follow-up call once a week around the same time every Friday at around 1 o'clock because it's 10 o'clock here, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And then I'm going to send her a text message as well. And just open the communication up by text. And then if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, please do so. Ask in the chat. In order to make any comments in the chat on Facebook, you do need to be following J Marqeting. So if you're not, just hover your mouse over that or go do that quickly, and then you can come back to the chat and be able to comment in there. It'd be great to find out where you guys are watching from. Right now we have over 400 people in here viewing, which is awesome. I thank you for tuning in. And I do these live streams a few times a week. However, it's cold calling for my clients 6 to 8 hours a day. I make anywhere from 500 to 1,000 dials on a daily basis. You got to make lots of phone calls, lots of conversations or contacts to be able to generate as many leads as possible to nurture. And then from there, being able to turn those into appointments, and then in turn, allowing our teams to turn those into listings. And it all starts with the dial. It all starts with the conversations. And then you move to the next step and the next step. And then you keep building the pipeline over and over and over. The key to this is consistency, which is one of the big reasons realtors and brokers hire me, because it's really hard to stay consistent with a realtor or broker with your cold calling and prospecting and continue to do other stuff that's involved. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assign this to one of our agents and let him handle it from there. I'm going to just send her a quick text, and then I'll move on to the next call here. Just take just a few minutes. I was just looking at pictures of the property. It's nice. You can get a lot in Florida for $700,000. This property in California would be like $1.5 million. So I use Google Voice for each campaign. And so I have it up in my browser, and I can just send text messages right here from the browser. And that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm about to send Esther a quick text. Yeah, that property is huge, and the yard is just amazing. I'm surprised there's not a pool there. Okay, so I'm just going to say, thank you for your time. We just spoke about, this property. Here's a link to our website to let us know if you need any help, and then just leave it at that. And then we'll just move on to the next call here.
Hello.
Hi, this is Jeremy with Frank Albert Realty calling about the property you're selling on Amanda Oak.
Okay. What's up?
Is that still available or did you get it closed already, sir?
No, it's available.
Okay. Are you open to working with buyers, agents that brought a qualified buyer for it?
Well, we hired a realtor yesterday, so.
So you're going to list
Yes,
it?
I'm sure she is. Yes.
Who should we talk to if we have a buyer then?
If you look on Zillow, the phone number's there. Christina is her name. I don't have it with me.
Okay. Well, congrats on getting that taken care of. We'll let her know if we have any buyers who are interested. Good luck on getting it sold.
Thank you.
Okay, so that means we're on the right track. He listed the property, and that's what we're looking for. People that have either listed it so we can move on, people that are ready to list, or people that sold it. So either way, we're going to get a result and determine how we're going to follow through and what the next step would be with that particular piece of data. We just finished sending this text to Esther. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the preview appointment with one of our agents for that one, so that way you can go out and meet with that seller and establish that relationship. And then if we have a buyer, they will be able to handle it from there, or down the line, if she's ready to list, at least at that point, she'll have our information. So that way she can see what we will do different than her friend or person that she promised that listing to, right? Okay, one moment. My connection is going a little bit slow here, slowing me up from sending this text message. So a couple of weeks ago, I set an appointment up similar to this, and she basically said the same thing that Esther just told us. And now, a couple of weeks later, we're about to list that property. So you never know what's going to happen. And my job is to be able to give my teams and my clients as much opportunity as possible. And then from there, they do their thing. All right. Got that text message sent. On to the next. And if you guys are in real estate marketing, if you use the phone or do some sort of prospecting to generate business and relationships for your company, please join the Cold Calling Isn't Dead group. There's a link on Facebook. And in that group, it's my private group that I've created. We do a lot of idea shares, best practices. Basically, we help each other get better at what do we do at our craft here. And it'd be great to have, we have about 160 people in there now. I'd like to get that group up to above 1,000. So that way we can have lots of idea shares and be able, because in there right now, I post a lot of my lives. We have a few other people that are active as well that are posting stuff. But the more the merrier, the more people we have in there that are out there in the trenches on a daily basis doing what we do. That way we can, make each other better, help each other get better. We don't do any sales or promote services, strictly a group where we can go in there and share and help each other get better at using the telephone to create a relationship. Let me see if I can find the link here and I'll post it in the comments on YouTube. So that way you guys can check that out on YouTube as well. I know that Comcast in the Sacramento region had some issues yesterday. I think that we're still having those same issues, which is why it's going a little bit slow. But technology does not stop us. That's only stopping the live stream, and that's not my main focus here anyways, so no big deal. Okay, there it is. There's the link there. So here's the link. It's actually, if you're watching on Facebook, there is a stream right there. I mean, a link to the group. And I'll post it on YouTube as well. All right, on to the next call. So my connectivity is a little bit shaky and it's affecting the calls. I need to end this live stream on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll come back later and do a stream. In the meantime, guys, on my YouTube and on my Facebook, I have literally hundreds of hours of me in past call sessions. So you guys can go watch that stuff. I do have to end this live stream because it's actually affecting the calls and the dialer. And that's first and foremost my most important thing. So it looks like we have 450 viewers right now. I do thank you. It means the world to me that you guys are tuning in. Use me as a resource, guys. If you have any questions, if you need some coaching, training, or consulting for your prospecting, for your cold calling, for you or for your team, I'm available. If you want to discuss hiring me to make cold calls for you and your team, we can talk about that as well. Get on a call and vet each other out to see if we're a good fit. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the dialer.